Hey guys, welcome to Traditional Bow Hunting and Wilderness Podcast. This is Jason Samkoviak. Today we're going to talk about this guy right here, this Mr. Heater Big Buddy Heater. Every house should have one of these. Doesn't matter if you're using them for hunting, ice fishing, or just for around the house. These things come in incredibly handy. We have two other ones of these. This is our third one we just bought. We use them so much that it's worth having. We have one designated towards our screen room we use in the wintertime out there. It runs on a 20-gallon tank, and we set the tank right outside the door. Let the hose come right through the door, and we heat our whole sunroom out there all the time. We're out there all winter long. Works incredible. These things are amazing, and it doesn't matter, like I said, even if you heat your house with a wood stove, these are nice to have in a spare bedroom, any of that kind of stuff, because what's great about these these Mr. Heater Big Buddies is they are indoor safe. That's the key. It's one of the only propane heaters out there that has the low oxygen set-off sensor. It is used, you can use this inside your house without worry or without fail. Now, you can run them on a 20-gallon tank as well too, but if you're running it on a 20-gallon tank, keep the tank outside of the house. That's kind of the key. But they give you options to do that too. But what's nice about this heater is that they're rock solid. Our first one that we got, we probably bought 18 years ago, maybe 17 years ago, and we have used it so much. I've used it to heat things up in the garage when I'm working there, under crawl spaces when I'm working to thaw pipes out. We use it to heat up the house when the power goes out. Like I said, we got one designated out there in the sunroom. I just love them so much. We don't have a fireplace here where I am, so for us, power outages, things like that, these things are invaluable. So we just bought a third one. They're worth having it and so incredibly valuable. But like I said, durable, long lasting, they don't fail, the wicks don't go out, the problems that you have with kerosene heaters and things are non-issue. This is just a flawless, perfect setup. And it gives you power to run on a couple different ways, which is nice. So we'll cover that in a second. But what's nice about this heater, has a low, medium, and a high output. All right, so I have the box here so I can actually read it to you and tell you. But yeah, on you guys, so your low setting is 4,000 BTUs per hour. In the real world, I'll tell you that in our bedroom, which is pretty good sized bedroom, or even in a regular bedroom, that low power setting will heat that room hotter than you can imagine. It'll blow you right out of there and be comfortable and work great. You also have a medium mode, which is 9,000, and then you got high mode, which is 18,000. So you're basically doubling from low to medium, and from medium doubling to high. And the power output is insane. We run this in that sunroom. My sunroom is 16 by 30 feet. It is insulated, but it's all pure windows and just two regular screen doors, like front house screen door type things. There's no thick insulated doors on there at all. And we run this thing in there on medium and low is all we ever use in there. And it's comfortable to be out there in t-shirts when it's 0 degrees out. It's amazing what these heaters are capable of. When the power goes out, we'll throw, we'll put this in one of these in the living room, and the kids will sleep out there, and then we'll have one in our bedroom, and we'll sleep in there. And again, on low, we're completely comfortable, and it can be 0 degree winter time. So very valuable. Run time on them is incredible. They run two ways. You can run them on one or two of the 1 pound propane tanks like you see here, or with the purchase of this hose. I'll have a link for this stuff here below for you, for the hose attachment for the heater. You can actually but with the purchase of this hose, you can run it off of your 20-pound propane tanks for your barbecue, which is also a nice feature. That's how we do it for the sunroom. One tank out there will last us almost the whole entire winter. Maybe 1 1/4 tanks if we're out there a lot, and we're out there usually quite often, a few days a week. We're out there. You go out there, you turn this thing on high, you walk away you come back in the house. 10 minutes later, it's perfectly warm in there. Turn it back down to low, kick back, drink your coffee, enjoy your time out there. We have friends over and hang out there. It's just a great setup. So, but having that 20-pound connection on there is a nice feature, and they do have the hoses for them that are not very expensive. Now, how this heater works, it also has a fan built into it. The fan runs one of two ways. You can run it built in on 4D batteries, which just go right here in the back. Pops this open, put your 4D batteries in there right there, and then what you end up with is you have on the top, you have a power switch here that turns on a fan and blows that heat forward. Works really, really good. Those batteries will last way longer than you think they will. It's amazing. I mean, we can get an entire year of using this, and then we replace them every year, but we've never had them go out on us. The fan works incredible. Batteries last a long time. So you do have that option. Now, what's nice is you have for the propane tanks right here, this is where your tanks go. This pops up, you take your tank, screw your tank on, push it back in so it's there, close it, and you have one on this side that does the same exact thing. Right here on this side, same tank setup, drops right there like that too. So very sweet, very simple system, very functional system. You can run one tank, two tanks, or you can run a 20-pound tank. Great setup, but like I said, the key thing is that you're getting you're safe for indoor use. That's the key. If you don't have a fireplace, like a lot of people don't, or a wood burning stove, a lot of people today in modern homes don't have those options. This is your ultimate heat source for when the power goes out, for any of that kind of stuff. And again, we use it in a lot of different things out there too. If I got to go work under the house, this is a heater I grab. If we have to work in the garage, I'm working on something quick, we can use this heater. I have a big Salamander heater out there now, but for years, this was all I used. And it only weighs 16 pounds. Very lightweight, not heavy for the size of it, and the versatility of it, but absolutely great. You will get, they say like 3 to whatever it is. I think that's even on here somewhere too. Some of these numbers, I'll give you real world ones though, but they say 1 pound of these tanks will give you a 1.5 to 6 hours of run time. 2 of these will give you 3 to 12 hours, and a 20-pound tank will give you 25 to 110 hours. And if you really want to get crazy, you could actually run 2, connect a hose on each side and run 2 20-pound tanks for 225 hours of runtime on there. So it gives you a lot depending on your settings. Real world settings, you can have 2 tanks hooked up on there, and we can run it on low for an entire night without fail and still have enough to go for half of the next day. These are nice, lightweight, affordable, and they're dirt cheap to buy. You get them at any hardware store. So if you have this heater, if you don't want to go with the 20-pound tank, which I do recommend if you use it a lot, it's very nice. I love it in the sunroom and I love it in the garage. But even if you got 10 of these on hand, 10 of those in this, you're set for any kind of major catastrophe or power outage that's going to last for a couple of days, that kind of thing. This is an incredible unit. It's and we've tried everything. We have kerosene heaters, we got other propane heaters, we got wall mount heaters that you plug in and you have to vent them out. This is the go-to one right here. Sweet, simple, functional, does not fail, heats everything you want it to. Just literally the other day, I came back from Missouri and we ran out of propane. Didn't realize we ran out of propane. Came in and the house was ice cold. Called the propane company. Couldn't get out till the next day to fill a propane on there. So we pulled 2 of these in here. We had one in the living room, and we had the other one in the bedroom. The one in the bedroom on low, just to keep it warm in there so I could work in the office and stuff in there. But the one out here, we put it on high in the living room. I had a 2,900 square foot house, and this whole house was comfortable that you were walking around out here in t-shirt stuff and it was 30 degrees outside. So it's incredible what they're capable of doing. They're very, very impressive. They work really good. Highly recommend it. I will have links down below for you for this stuff. And like I said, you'll see a picture of how the 20-gallon tank hooks up to it. But I can't recommend it enough. They're not expensive. And once you buy it once, it's a done deal. Unlike other heaters where you have wicks that go out, things that fail, they give off too much smoke and they turn, even though it's kerosene, they smoke too much and they turn your ceilings black from soot and stuff. We've been there. We've tried all this stuff. This one, flawless. Perfect, works like a champ, no moving parts that are going to give you any issues. Sweet, simple, functional, never lets you down. The pilot works every single time. It's a mechanical pilot, not an electrical pilot. It's awesome setup. And if with the batteries on the back, you get that fan function on there. And if you don't want to run the batteries, or you're going to use it like in a screen room or something like that, or some kind of setup, they also make a plug-in adapter that's also dirt cheap where you can plug this in and run that fan all the time too if you don't want to rely on the batteries, which is another nice feature. But for us, we never use that too much because our attitude is the batteries last so long for 4D batteries, over a year, that it's just not worth the trouble of buying a cord and messing with it. So we don't, but it is out there. I will put a link for that below for you as well too. But this heater, every house should have one. Plain and simple. It's that good, and it lasts that long, and it's that worthwhile of an investment. So, and again, not very expensive, not even a little bit. So I'll have that stuff down below for you. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you soon. All right, bye.